Once upon a back-to-school morning, my daughter Julia absolutely refused to wear the cutest pair of Ralph Lauren pants to kindergarten. Why? Because of one hilarious little detail. The adorable equestrian patches. Apparently, she had told her entire class she was a champion horse rider, and those patches were about to blow her cover. I had no clue, but those pants, not happening. So what does this have to do with the BMAT method I'm about to share with you? Everything. Because sometimes it's the tiniest, quirkiest little things that throw off our rhythm. And that's what we are going to talk about today, about those surprises and turn them into smooth sailing using BMAT. Behavior, motivation, ability, and trigger. And stick around till the end. I've got a little memory trick that will help you lock it in for good. Hey, my friend, and welcome to the Anya Garcia Show. Here, we will explore the science of learning, the art of parenting, and the mindset shifts that help you simplify your journey to amplify your growth. You see, I thought I would find purpose in courtrooms until motherhood showed me it was waiting at home. So I traded my attorney briefcase for the beauty of homeschooling, depositions for diapers, and settlements for sensory play. I stepped off the legal path so that I can walk it with you, because parenting doesn't come with a manual or legal briefs, so no wonder it can feel overwhelming and messy. But I see you showing up every day, even when no one is watching. And that little voice, am I doing enough? I hear it too. But here is the truth. You don't need more to be enough, because more doesn't create peace. Alignment does. Progress matters more than perfection, and when you stop doubting, you start leading with confidence. And before you know it, you have created a space where you and your child thrive. Because humans are born with this natural desire to learn and grow, and I am here to help you harness that. Your child's potential is limitless, and so is yours. We just need to unlock it. Back to school season is officially here. Yes, even New Jersey is full steam ahead. And with it often comes a whole new level of chaos. If your brain is already spinning with all the things, shoes that don't fit, the lunch boxes that didn't make it home, or the urgent need for 17 glue sticks, you are not alone. Today, I'm sharing one simple yet ridiculously powerful shift. Zoom in one routine in your day that just isn't working and give it a refresh. Not your whole day, not a complete overhaul, just one thing. Maybe it's the morning madness of trying to get everyone out of the door, or the way lunch always turns into snack scavenger hunt. Or maybe bedtime has started to feel more like a battle than a cozy wind down. Whatever it is, choose just one. Because this month, I want to focus on rhythm over routine. Not another strict schedule, not a color-coded calendar, just finding a daily flow that actually works for your family and doesn't make you feel behind even before breakfast. So let's dive into this flow reset, super simple habit shifting method called a BMAT. This little toolkit is going to help you slay September with a whole lot less stress. And it stands for behavior equals motivation plus ability plus trigger. And here is how it breaks down. Motivation. Get clear on your why. That gives your change some roots. Ability. How can you make it easy? Don't rely on willpower. Make the new habit simple. Next is trigger. What will remind you to actually do it? a visual cue, a timer. And remember, it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be doable. So, for example, if mornings are hectic and getting the kids ready for homeschooling or out to the school feels chaotic and stressful, let's run this example through the BMAT method. You ready? Now, what is the behavior? The routine to reset is the morning routine, which is chaotic. Motivation. Why? Because a calmer morning sets a positive tone for the rest of the day and actually reduces stress for everyone. Next is ability. Set yourself up for success by preparing the environment the night before. Maybe that means laying out clothes ahead of time and doing a quick check-in with your kiddo to make sure they're happy with the choice, because a power struggle over pens first thing in the morning? No, thank you. You might also prep breakfast items, pack lunches, or create a simple morning checklist that everyone can follow with ease. Now, trigger, use a timer or a note on the fridge as a reminder for the new routine. Or set a little reminder on your phone. It doesn't have to be perfect. It has to be doable. Now, let's take another example. Let's say if you're homeschooling, the midday slump. By lunch, everyone is cranky. You reheated your coffee 3 times and the house is buzzing with that low-grade chaos. So you pick that moment and reset it. Behavior, you want to shift how midday looks and feels. What's the motivation? You know, when your midday runs better, the afternoon isn't a disaster. Next, ability. So maybe you prepare a quiet time basket with coloring books or even audiobooks. You keep a few snacks on hand that don't need slicing or heating. Now, what's your trigger? Let's say you set a timer, 12:30 reminder on your phone that says, quiet time reset. Boom! A chaotic moment becomes manageable. Or let's run through another example. Imagine this. You are a mom heading back to work, or you're getting the kids ready for school. And one of the biggest hurdles in the morning is breakfast. Everyone is hungry, the clock is clicking, and you're trying to avoid the chaos of a rushed meal. Now, the behavior, the routine to focus on is the breakfast rush. You want to create a smoother, less stressful morning meal. What's your motivation? The why is simple. A calm breakfast sets a positive tone for the day and ensures everyone starts off nourished and happy. What's the ability? Make it easier by preparing simple, healthy breakfast option the night before. Maybe you set up a breakfast station with ready-to-go choices, or you prepare overnight oats or a quick smoothie. Now, what's your trigger? Use a simple trigger like a morning alarm that gives everyone a 10-minute heads up that breakfast is ready. Or you can have a fun breakfast playlist that signals it's time to gather at the table. You see, by applying the BMAT method to breakfast, you are turning a potential morning hurdle into a smoother, more enjoyable start to the day for everyone. P.S. Let your kiddo have a say in the breakfast options. When they get to choose or help plan, they're so much more likely to actually eat it. And that just makes everyone's morning a little brighter. And if you are nodding alone, thinking, yes, I need more of this, then let me invite you to our Compass Circle. It's a community of like-minded mamas who get it. We know that to be truly present for our kids, we have to fill our own cups and regulate ourselves first. You see, inside the Circle Compass, we share tips, support each other, and create a space where you can grow right alongside your kiddos. Now, as we wrap things up, let's take a quick journey into the anthropology behind the BMAT method and why it actually works. You see, your brain loves it. For thousands of years, human routines were not just about productivity, they were about survival. Our ancestors didn't have planners or phone reminders. They had cues from nature, like the sun is rising or birds are chirping at dawn, to signal it was time to wake, forage, gather, and protect the tribe. Every day followed a predictable rhythm because unpredictability was dangerous. If you didn't remember to check the same path for food, you might starve. If you didn't respond to the snap of the twig in the bush, guess what? You might get eaten. So their brains adapted by building habits around triggers and routines, because knowing what happens next meant staying alive. Fast forward to you standing in the kitchen reheating your coffee for the third time while your toddler is unraveling the toilet paper roll like it's a birthday streamer. Your brain, it is still wired the same way. That's why the BMAT method, behavior equals motivation, ability, trigger, works so well. It speaks to that ancient, deeply human need for rhythm, safety, and predictable flow. So, when you choose one routine to reset, like laying out clothes the night before, or turning on a breakfast playlist to cue the morning shift, you are not just organizing your day. You are reassuring your nervous system that all is well. You're saying, we've got this. And your body believes you. Because when there is a plan, there is calm. And when there is calm, you are no longer operating in the survival mode. You're back in your power. Okay, last thing, I promise. Here's a bit of science-backed insight and how each step aligns with the BMAT method. 1. Behavior. Research by Dr. B.J. Fogg at Stanford University, the creator of the Fogg behavior model, shows that breaking behaviors into tiny steps and anchoring them to existing routines makes new habits more sustainable. This supports the idea of focusing on one behavior at a time, like in a BMAT method. Now, 2, motivation. Studies in motivation psychology, such as those by Dr. Edward Deci and Richard Ryan, self-determination theory, show that when individuals understand the intrinsic why behind their actions, they're more likely to stay committed. In the BMAT method, focusing on motivation helps reinforce the importance of the routine. 3, environmental cues and habit triggers. That relates to the ability and the trigger. So, research in behavioral economics by Dr. Wendy Wood, the author of Good Habits, Bad Habits, emphasizes the power of environmental cues and small changes in the environment to make habits easier to adopt. By prepping the environment and using triggers, we align with proven strategies for successful habit formation. And finally, here's the visual story hook I promised you to help you remember. So, picture yourself stepping out of your dreamy summer shore house on a bright sunny morning. It's the kind of day that feels like pure magic. And right there at your front door is this ridiculously elegant white mat. I mean, who even has a white mat, right? But just humor the idea with me. So as you step onto that mat, suddenly, ouch, you let out a cry because you've just stepped on a little bee that mistook your white mat for a giant flower. And there you have it. B is for B, which is your behavior, and mat for that fancy mat which ties in the motivation, ability, and trigger. Now, every time you think of the BMAT method, just imagine that sneaky little bee on your white, gorgeous mat. And trust me, you'll never forget it. It's a quirky, funny mental picture to keep all those steps locked in your mind. So whether you're gearing up for the kids to transition back to school, or you're personally returning to your work routine after summer break, summer vacation, the BMAT method is your secret sauce to making that transition smoother. So let's head into September with confidence and a little more peace. Pick one shift today, because small changes create big ripples. It's a flow reset, not a reinvention. And remember, this month isn't about more pressure. It's about finding your rhythm. And you've got this. And I always have your back. Thanks for joining me today, and I will see you soon.